Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another Will Cheese Fail sent in by you, the fans, to Life'sAGlitchTV at gmail.com. Mr. Maximus Black.
Yes.
Just hit me up with that old school noise.
Right?
We can bring it back down after the last cast because, well, there wasn't a lot of casting. We're going to try to do a little bit more this time around.
Yes, we'll do some this time. We're going
to do a little something this time around. Top right, we got Snowa, and in the bottom left, we've got Furious Droid. I was going to say it's Furious something. It's a little PVZ. Snowa with the pylon at his natural is...
I mean, that's normal.
Oh, is he going to wall there?
Yeah,
okay.
he's up against
I didn't
Zerg,
know.
right?
I didn't know if there was a. Yeah, I didn't know if there was a little choke point there because I don't remember the last time I've seen this map for Protoss. Oh no, wait, now I remember because the last time we saw this, it was double Protoss, both walling.
That's right.
And now he's going for the little cannon arena here.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty standard. Like you're either going to open up with your gate, and then you're going to go for your Nexus, like your 20 Nexus. Or you can open up with a Forge and try and deny a natural. Sometimes you can just flat out win the game if they panic and pull a bunch of drones and lose a bunch of stuff. And this particularly works really well when they opt to get a spawning pool a little bit later. You know, if they're not going for pool first or even a pool at like 14 supply, you can oftentimes get this stuff off. Now, he is putting a gateway down here as well, so it seems like he's going to commit a little bit more, but sometimes people put gateways here, but normally they'd put the gateway like here, and then put the cannon there or there to create walls around the cannon, and then if they feel like he's overcommitting with lings or drones, then they can let the gateway finish, build a zealot, and then start to go all in from there. It looks like he is going to let this gateway finish, which I think is a good idea because it's going to allow him to get to his Cybernetics core right away, even though you don't have another gate back at base. So at this point, he should let... Now, putting another one there, not smart. I would not be doing that. You let this one finish. You put down the core, right? You put down a cannon, you expand. Because you know your opponent at this point is going to go Roach, or he's going to go for... a massling all-in push. If he's going Roach, you get down the core, you start double pumping your gas, you have the one gateway, you immediately put down a robo, and then you get in an immortal and you put down the cannon shield battery. You hold, you insta-win. There's no way that your opponent can win. But unfortunately for him, that's not the case. He's got a hatchery inside the base, which is another reason why you never really want to put down another gateway over at the natural. You want to have it in here in case some fuckery goes on. Now, he did see this, so he really should be putting a pylon here, or here, that's fine, and then putting down a cannon, so that way if he does allow this hatch to finish, he's not really going to be able to do a whole lot from it. And he is going to build Roach from this. So he's going to need to get down that Robo yesteryear. He's already sitting on 200 gas. The Robo needed to go down a while ago, and he's probably a little preoccupied right now because of this hatchery, which is slowing down his tech. Now he's pulling a bunch of probes. Things aren't looking good. It's going from bad to worse here.
I feel like pulling probes now is wasted.
Yes.
If he was going to pull, he probably should have pulled immediately. Doing it now seems a waste of time. I do have a question, and maybe you know the answer or not. I mean, it is a Protoss-specific question. When cannons shoot larvae, I know larvae typically have like a higher armor rate or whatever the fuck.
You'll break them down quicker.
Special case.
Yep.
Do they? Okay, so you could use that. I wouldn't even be like. I mean, if it wasn't for the fact that he's going to get this now, I would have just been firing at the fucking larvae right off the rip.
Yeah, I don't even know if that's going to be in range. It's going to be right at the very end. Yeah, it's not even in range, but it's okay because there's only one Roach that's going to pop, so this isn't going to do a whole lot of damage.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's kind of like, but there's stuff going on over here. Like he's chrono boosting out Stalkers back here, and he's holding this. I don't know what Furious is doing. Like he's trying to slowly get out. I think getting this hatch here was a little bit aggressive. Especially at this stage, knowing that he's already got a Forge, so he could easily put down cannons.
Because that wasn't like his first scouting drone. Like, that wasn't early enough for that hatchery to be
he brought it up.
effective.
Like, he took out drones, right? He's got another one down here. I would have preferred to see a hatch go here, or a hatch go here, something on the outside, right? Now, he does have Burrow. I didn't even take notice of that. So that's very well played. And again, Snow needed to put down a cannon here and a Robo. Also, when you have your robo out, you could have easily have just made an observer. And these things don't, it really wouldn't matter. But he's overextending down here to the point where he's still just getting Warp Gate research now at 5 minutes. Things aren't looking the best here for Snow, but at the same time, things are looking pretty bleak for Furious because he's stuck in this base. He's got a Nydus network going, so that's going to be big. If he can get off a Nydus inside the base, and if he can kill this pylon, he's not even going to be able to really warp in units except for over here in his base. And this could turn really bad here for Snow.
Yeah, he had the right idea there, but I think he's been a bit distracted back at home trying to micro these Ravagers here against the push. He's going to get this Nydus in. He was trying to get that Roach to be able to take up that pylon, like you were saying, for sure, but he just never got the opportunity. He could try to do it now. There's a lot going on here on all sides. He's going to decide to bring some Stalkers back.
Yeah,
he doesn't capture all of them, though. He only captures 3.
Yeah, I think that was on purpose because he doesn't want to just leave down here fully vulnerable. Because if he blows his load, he takes everything up there. He's just, he's just going to go back in the Nydus network and go right back to the base and then push out the front. This is the vast majority of his entire everything he's got, essentially. Now he's got a fair amount of Stalkers. The Nydus does pop off. Now the Roaches are on the inside. He's forced him to push him back. You still get a Queen in there. He needs to not go up that ramp, and now he's going to get rid of the pylon. He's going to get rid of the gateway, his core tech, and the forge, or he's just going to run right up into the ramp. He can do that too.
No, why? Well, he needs to just chill, go back, kill this cyber core, and then just go home for a second.
Exactly.
Like, kill that and go home. But he might have waited too long because now he's going to feel that he can push down the ramp. By he, I mean Snowa. He's going to try to push down here, and it's going to force him to not get the core and just have to go right back in. No, never mind. He's got a re-up here of Roaches that I didn't see pop. And that's going to allow him to go in, but now, kill the cyber core!
Oh yeah, he's going to kill the core! He's going to go for it now, and just like what I was preaching about a little earlier, this Robo is hella late. If he just would have went for Robo earlier, this game would have been long gone finished. But now, it's not, because he overextended down here. Now he's got a bunch of shit, and now he's got to retreat. He needs everything now to stay alive in this base, and he just lost all of his tech, right? And eventually, he's going to lose all of this out here. Now he's going to be stuck on a Robo with no gates if he takes out this stuff here. And the only thing that's going to keep him in this is 2 cannons. That's pretty much the show.
Yeah, this is a, really, I mean, there's a lot going on here. I don't know what league do we know what league this is in?
Masters Diamond.
Okay, all right. So, I was gonna say, I mean, there's a lot going on here, and so I can totally understand why there are being, some mistakes on both sides. In terms of, trying to figure out what exactly to do, what to commit to. That Immortal putting in the work, a little warp cycle in there, the Stalkers in, clear it all out. Now he's got 2 Immortals. And I don't know, okay, so this is difficult at this point. As a Protoss player, you just wiped everything. You've got 2 Immortals. You have a Warp Prism coming. Do you chrono that Warp Prism out and then just go to work and try to counterattack? Or do you get, turtley because you're afraid that you're going to get pushed from the Nydus?
No, you can't turtle at this point. Because if you start turtling, you're going to start losing this. You need to get a Warp Prism out now, which is what he's doing. And he needs to take those 2 Immortals, and he needs to keep a couple of units back at base, like these Stalkers, these Zealots. You just take the 2 Immortals, and then you go down here and you use your Immortals as the battering rams. You go up there, you do damage, you use a Warp Prism Micro, you go back down, you heal up with your shields, and you just keep going. That's going to force Furious to continue to keep Nydusing you, right? He's got the Observer out, he's killing this stuff, but again, he's got a burrowed Roach here. He has an Overlord up here. He's going to keep harassing with Nyduses. You have to bring the fight to him, especially now he's got another base, so he's on 2 base to your 1. We'll take a look here. He's got 27 drones to 31 probes. That's going to change very quickly. And you've got 2 Immortals, and over time, your Immortals aren't going to do as much damage because he's going to start getting more and more and more Roach. And even though the Immortals do counter the Roach and Ravagers at high numbers, I mean, you're just going to get 1 volleyed. So already he's taking damage right now, and he cannot lose this Warp Prism or any of these.
No.
Yeah. So here we go. Now he's got to use this stuff.
Yeah, and he's got 4 batteries here, and they all have more or less full energy, but for the one that's been repairing that that cannon over and over again with
Yep.
the hot fire mixtape drop. Otherwise, he's good to go, and he can just keep going in and out with those immortals and doing a lot of work. He's not particularly keen to do it right now for some reason. I don't know if it's because he's busy back home, but he's not. He needs to kind of get on it.
Yeah, I mean, he's got another base. He's got another base up top, and again, he just has to use the War Prism to see the high ground. And look, you've got two units right here that are pretty much dead, right? You just go up there, you bring your observer, and you just start doing damage. I mean, you can even use your sentries here. You know, hallucinate a couple more immortals, like do anything and everything you can. See, I like this, but he's just not, you know, this is a high diamond, low masters. He's just not microing efficiently at all. You need to keep touching him. It's like, you know, it's like a boxer. You know, just touch him with the jab, touch him with the jab, touch him with the jab. You just keep hitting him, scoring those points, and eventually you're going to wear him down, and then he's going to make a mistake, and that's when you go for the knockout punch. He's got 3 immortals now, 2 zealots, and it looks like he's just going to do one big push. They're decent micro with that. And now he's breaking the front line, and he's doing it very, very well. This is much better.
There we go. Yeah, no, there we go. This is great micro we're seeing right now. Very nice, very nice. Saves the Stalker as well. Getting both out. All right, that was huge. And that was what you were looking for, really. You're looking for them to just get in there, get a little damage in, get out. And more importantly, he actually did damage instead of just tickling them at the front there, not killing anything. He got rid of those spawn crawlers. That's really opening up his ability to both drop and push the ramp at the same time.
Yep.
And that's kind of what he's going to have to rely on here. Now, he doesn't know about this base yet, does he, in the bottom right?
No, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't know about either of those situations, and it's the only corner of the map he hasn't gone yet. So at some point, he may want to start asking himself, where is he getting all the resources and stuff to be making this shit? Because he's going to keep going up and going, wait, these numbers keep going up.
Yep.
Something is going on. And right now, he might think that he just has this in the bag on like a micro thing where he's just going to micro to victory. But now, I mean, you see that much. You've got to know.
Yeah.
You have to know something else is on the map, and you need to start looking.
Oh, 100%. He's got 4 immortals now, but again, he needs to continue to do fantastic micro. Okay, he's going to take a hit here. Oh, he almost lost one. Beautiful micro. He went from not knowing what the fuck he's doing to suddenly playing like he's 5% Korean in his DNA. Just like that, and now we've got, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 immortal, no, 6 immortals. I mean, he needs to just get aggressive now. Bring these sentries, man. Start using force fields to cut these guys off. You've got an observer there. He's got sentries sitting with a shit ton of energy. I mean, just force fielding this right here, cutting these units in half. He's relying so heavily on the micro. He loses one of those immortals, and he needs to be hella careful. Beautiful micro here from Furious. He's doing extremely well, dropping hot fire mixtapes all over the place to the point where immortals are dying quickly, and he just doesn't have enough. Where are the sentries? Start cutting down these units, bro. Damn.
He's got 2 more. He's got 2 more immortals, but I agree. I mean, those sentries, as somebody who only has 3 skills in their toolbox, and one of them is sentry force fields. It's killing me to see him sit there with, even if he had just used Guardian Shield, anything to reduce the amount of damage going in on those, because he has a lot of immortals, but they're also on like 3 HP, so it's really just shields.
Yes.
That's all they got is shields.
Yes.
And so if you don't micro fast enough and you're losing immortals like you are, then it's giving more opportunities in, and now we're getting a little
there it is. There's the sentries. Okay, there's the Guardian Shield. Now where's the force fields, man? No, that ain't it. Still got a ton of energy, man. All right, he's got a lot of immortals, though. This is, I mean, we're almost at the A move point here. He's going to lose this War Prism. That's gone. Now he has to decide, okay, now he needs force fields. Now he needs them. The mutas are coming. He barely has anything that can attack air at this point. Is forcing a fight. Now they're getting right inside there. And that knockout punch I was talking about earlier has arrived. The mutas are cutting him down. They are out of position from those shield batteries, and he is losing the whole damn arty. What a game. This is back and forth. This is very good.
This is a crazy game. Yeah, thank God I didn't make my announcement on this one. That would have been awkward.
That would have been awkward.
That would have been awkward. We're seeing a hell of a back and forth here. And again, I'm still wondering, when is Snowa going to put it together that there is something else going on the map that he needs to be concerned with? Because he can't just, I mean, he's doing a good job of fighting here. Both of them are, but he just lost the fight that he probably thought was an A move to victory, and he does not have enough units here to win going up that ramp right now. So, where is he? You gotta ask the question.
Yeah.
Where is he on the map?
Well, he's starting to look
around
around
now.
now.
He's not the one base. We're 15 minutes deep.
I know. His problem, honestly,
there's
man, his problem, I mean, I've said it before, he needed the robo earlier, but more importantly now, he really needed to use those sentries. Like, even right there, just getting a force field off to cut them in half, it's like he just refuses.
Yeah.
Like, what was the point of buying the sentries and investing those 200 gas into those sentries if you were never going to use them? He used them when it was too late. And Furious did a fantastic job of the bait and switch. And those Hotfire mixtapes were very well placed. Like, you know, I know I've been talking about Snow a great deal here, but Furious has been holding this
very
down.
well.
It's been very impressive. And he did a very good job at transitioning into Mutas to apply pressure up here, and that almost forced Snow to go up into the base and take a bad fight. And that's exactly what happened. And now he's about to lose this. He finally sees all of the different bases. He's using another Nydus network, so he's going to be able to bring over more units very quickly. And again, with that many Mutas out on the field, it's going to be very, very tough with the Roach Ravagers to for Snow to beat this army. He's gonna get this.
He gets there just in time.
Yep.
He's gonna get this base just in time for that Nydus to be shut down. Otherwise, I was ready to call it in favor of Furious there if that Nydus had actually brought all the units over.
Huge damage here.
This is huge because of the two bases, this is the more important of the two bases for him to get rid of. This is the one that was more established. More drones were here.
Yep.
He's building more units here as we speak. We have 7 Muta, 5 Roach, 3 Ravagers, 2 Queens, and a Partridge in a Pear Tree. And that does not seem like it is going to be enough to really close it out, but he is going to be able to thin the numbers dramatically. But at the same time, he didn't unfortunately get an opportunity to kill the.
He's gonna kill
this. Oh, he's gonna kill this base for sure.
Yeah, he needs the Mutas. So that was kind of a bad play by Fury. He kind of half and half brought in stuff, and it really hurt him. He got a recall there. The Mutas now, I think the whole game is kind of switched because now we have
on the Mutas.
Yeah, like we have a base here, a base here, a base here, and this is about to die. All he's got is a handful of Mutas. Snow actually, from the decision-making that Furious just did, is starting to come back into this game after losing a lot here to the point where he didn't even finish this. So he's still got 2 more gateways that can
That's what I was about to say. He could have actually, like this Stalker count we're seeing now could have been less.
Yes.
Because he could have just killed the production there. That was a good chunk of his production at that base. But now we're at a point now where I think like...
That's a lot of Muta.
That is a lot of Muta. I mean, that was a lot of Stalker, but that is a lot of Muta, and they're targeting down the Stalkers as you would imagine. Those Immortals are gone, and at this point in the game, that's it. I think Furious is gonna get. I think he's gonna get it. That Muta count is absurd. Yeah, he sent in a couple of Zealots just to see what was going on, see if he could maybe pick out perhaps some tech. He's gonna put down some more shield batteries and stuff to try to keep the Dream alive.
Yep.
It's I mean, that's a lot of Muta.
Yeah, I mean, at this stage, he can't really go Stalkers anymore. He almost needs to do what he's doing here, have a bunch of Stalkers sitting and turtling, and then like double pumping out Phoenix, but also at the same time, like you're gonna need about 8 to 10 Phoenix. He's never gonna allow you to get that many. He almost needed to start it a lot sooner, like over at this base where there's a ton of cannons and stuff just for static defense. It's going to be very, very difficult now for Snow to come back with this Muta count the way that it is. He's got 20 of them out on the field. Now, he does have the economic advantage. He's got 45 probes to the 28. It's all a matter of how will Furious attack, right? If Furious decides to go and waste time here or spend a shit ton of time here, but doesn't really find out what's going on, like, I mean... Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to find a way for Protoss to win, and I think really the only way is to turtle and to get out Phoenix to get rid of this. But at the same time, like, how do you just do that? You're just going to constantly be harassed, and here comes a big attack now. That's just a huge Muta number.
It is. Now, he doesn't want to lose too many of them because, like you said, he doesn't have the economy to just start replacing Muta, like, en masse. Yep. So he's got to be careful with just how much he's willing to sack. And he does have a number of other things. He's got
beautiful play
Raptors
here.
now building.
Yeah.
He's got the Queen in. He dropped the creep to get the Nydus in.
Yep.
Or no, he didn't have to drop the creep. Sorry, he just dropped the Nydus in, and I guess he's deciding he's going to make a stand here, just try to close this out.
As he should.
Instead of-
And he knows he can't just use the Muta. He needs to ground units as well, so that the Stalkers can take priority on the ground units while the Mutas do huge damage. The shield batteries are going to be getting low very quickly. Yes, there's 3 cannons there, but it's not a whole lot. He needs to be careful. He really needs to stay in position of the shield batteries and the cannons. He cannot come out here and take a fight. I'm okay with him doing a little pokesy, getting rid of this Nydus, but outside of that, he cannot take this fight out here. He needs to turtle and start picking off units little by little. Both players are playing very, very well.
Yeah, this is just about everything you hope for, and really, I think that Snowa being behind the 8 ball here was just down to how long it took him to discover those 2 bases in the bottom right, but he still managed to make it work.
Nice.
Still managed to get it in. He manages to get those out of the Nydus there with
Nice.
like 1 HP on that Nydus.
Yep.
He's going to take them back home to another base and kind of do a bit of a soft reset here, and maybe Snowa's feeling it's time for him to be the aggressor because he's got numbers. Yes, he's got to put up with all of these Muta, but at the same time, like, I don't know, at some point you have to make a decision to go, because you're never going to be able to keep up with these Muta unless you're going to recall back home, and they're just going to fly away.
Yeah.
So at some point, I guess you just have to get numbers and go, right?
Yeah.
Like, you can't
I
let
agree.
Zerg get too many bases.
I agree. He's getting High Templar now, and I doubt he's actually going to do any Storms. He's likely going to go right for Archon, which are good to have, you know, a couple of defensive Archon with your shield batteries and your cannons. But at the same time, where is Blink? Blink right now is a must, because when you get Blink, you can take these fights here. And as you're starting to lose, or your HP is going down on your Stalkers, you blink them backwards into your shield batteries. Once they get shielded up, then you can start moving them forward. It's like a constant recycle. But when you don't have Blink, you're not able to have that mobility, and you can't take these bad fights out in the middle with so many Mutas. There are 2 Archons, but they're fat and they're trying to get through, and they just can't, so they're kind of blocked in there. But now, Furious sees that there's Archons out on the field as well. We do have a counterattack happening. Quite a bit of Stalkers are down here, but with no Blink, he does have a recall available. He needs to be careful, because there is a lot of Mutas out on the field. Now, we're at 21 Mutas. Look, again, if he would have got killed off this Furious earlier,
This doesn't happen.
This doesn't happen, right? And that ain't good. That's not good for Furious.
No.
And just like that,
No.
Snow's back in this game.
You know what? I think Snow's going to take this. I think Snow's going to take this.
He very
There's
well
just
could.
a point in which I think he's got upgrades. What's his upgrades at right now? I know it's hard on this friggin' thing to tell on this.
He does have
I saw
upgrades.
Forge doing something. I can't remember what it is to even see them. Anyway, I'm pretty positive he's got some upgrades
he's
going on
1-1.
here.
He's 1-1.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's got the upgrades. I don't know where our Zerg
0.
player is at right now, but these 0. Yeah, that's going to be big. It's going to be a big factor. He's finally getting rid of that production there. That's been a big help for Snow to get back into this game with his army count. Now he's going to be able to get over here and get rid of this base. If he spots that Nydus,
got
that would be
Blink now,
good to
too.
get rid of that as well. There you go. Blink is up. I think this is probably the beginning of the end. We got Blink on the field now.
Yeah.
The Muta count is high, but I don't think it's high enough to take out
Not
that
with the
many
Archons.
Stalkers plus Archons.
Yeah, it's not happening.
The Archon splash damage is too high.
Oh, yeah.
How many Stalkers do we have now at this point? Just in this ball, I feel like we've got like 16.
He's got
plus
28 on the
Stalkers.
field. He's got 28 on the field. So, I mean, right here, there's at least 20 just chilling. Actually, it's
Yeah.
almost all of them. So, yeah, this is a huge army. And without Lurkers, I just don't see now how Furious gets back into this game. I mean, he called GG earlier, but I don't think it is actually GG. This is, well, actually, I don't think Furious called GG. I think Snow did. I think he thought he was dead. But Furious is just not teching anymore. He's just staying on the same thing, and now these Archons are going to be the differentiator here. This amount of splash damage is going to absolutely melt this army. It's almost to an A move now, especially with Blink.
It is. I would say at this point, if I'm Snow, I'm just going. And if he decides to attack,
well, here
he
it is.
attacks. And
This
that's
is it.
And here it is. This is it. He's going to
a
go
forward
in.
Blink.
And Zerg does not want any of that smoke. Gonna
None.
back up and try to get into a better position, but a ramp is not where you want to be. Don't, no. No, you're balling all of your roaches. They got nowhere
Yeah.
to go against all the splash damage, but he is getting rid of the sorry.
He's
the
focusing on the
My
Archons.
brain is fried.
That was very well played, though. He's microing very well, all things considered, but there's still 3 more Archon in play. He's not even really using Blink. These units are almost dead. Those mutas are just barely holding on. He's forced to pull all of the drones, and this is going to be likely the end of the game. He's being smart about it and focusing down on those Archons. The Archons are going down, but my goodness, there's still a shit ton of Stalkers there. No forward Blink still. And there it is, the GG. He's throwing it out. He's saying, that's it, Furious. It's over. The forward Blink. And I think that's game. What a game.
I think it is. I think it is. What a crazy game. Fantastic game. Both sides, really. Just unbelievable holds and counters. And, you know, obviously there's going to be mistakes in a game like this being made when there's so much going on. And I'm sure Furious is trying to figure out where exactly it all went wrong for him. But I think, don't end it like that. Don't do it. I get it, though. That's frustrating. That's frustrating to lose a game like that. It's never a fun time when you're in it to win it for that long. But I really do think like it came down to some degree, not killing that production there at the natural for Furious.
Yep.
And maybe to some degree not committing fully to an attack on one of those expansions for Snowa earlier.
Correct.
And Snowa, I think, really got away with murder there for having not, for how long it took him to not get to those 2 bottom right bases that you're hovering over right now.
Yep.
I think he got very lucky that this didn't get out of control for him, given how long that took. I have to go, though. So you wrap this game up. I'll see you guys next week. I gotta take my wife to an appointment.
Okay.
Yeah, now y'all know why. We'll be seeing you guys
We'll
soon.
see you all in the next one.
So I'm out.
Peace out.
Peace!